Hey, I'm Mike Baccarella, and today we're going to take a look at a chord solo by Jimmy Bruno, and we're going to divide it up into 3 lines that we can take and incorporate into our own playing. Let's take a look. So this chord solo comes from a recording of the tune Four Brothers, and it comes from our album called the Concord Guitar Collective, which also features Howard Alden, Frank Vignola, in addition to Jimmy Bruno. It's a killing record, well worth checking out. So this 8 bars of chord solo comes from the bridge of the tune, and the tune's in A flat, but the bridge goes up and it starts moving around different keys quickly. So the changes to the bridge, the 2-5 going to B, so C sharp minor 7, F sharp 7, B major 7. Quick change, so one measure. Then we get a 2-5 to D. So we get E minor 7, A 7, D major 7, 2-5 to C, and then we go to the 6, back to 2, 5, and then 2-5 going back to B flat. So C minor 7, F7, and lands on B flat. Now, that last 2-5 is ignored. He doesn't play anything over that. So the first line here is the 2-5 going to B. So we start with C sharp minor 7. And what we're going to play is, we're going to play actually an E triad. We're going to play just those 3 notes here on the 9th fret, on the 3rd, 4th, and 2nd string. And these notes is the flat 7, the flat 3rd, and the 5th. And then for the F sharp 7, we're going to jump up and grab this shape. So we're going to play here on the 8th fret, on the 4th string, and then we're going to bar across the 9th fret with our 2nd finger on the 2nd and 3rd string. And with our pinky, we're going to grab the 13 here, on the 11th fret. And then come down and bar across the 9th fret to grab that. So the first part. And then we grab a B major 7 here. And we're only going to play these 3 strings. So we're going to play A sharp, D sharp, and F sharp. The 7th, the 3rd, and the 5th. So what's important to remember for some of these kind of chord solo things is it's not usually a busy line. It's not, because you can't really harmonize that. So you play a simpler line. And so the line here is, that's something you would hear on a big band, right? And of course we can move that all to different keys, right? In addition to this chord line, he also punctuates the line with a single note phrase. So what goes on there? So he starts on the 7th with his pinky, slides up to the root, goes up to major 7. So we got 8 to 9, 9, 8, 7, 6, each 1 string. And then we go to the 2nd, root, and the 7th. And so that sweep is 8th note leading in, 16ths, 8ths. So the whole rhythm for this phrase would be 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, E, and 3, and 4. So the second phrase goes over the 2-5 going to D major. So we start here with a G triad, which is the top part of an E minor 7. So we have our 5th here with a B, our flat 7 here with D, and G, which is our flat 3rd. And what he does here is, so he's playing with the 3rd finger, the 1st finger, and the 2nd finger. And while holding that down, he grabs the A on the 2nd string on the 10th fret and pulls off. So that's the 2 part of the line. Then we jump down here and we grab an A13 chord. But we're only going to play these 3 strings. So we got G, C sharp, F sharp. So we got our flat 7th, our 3rd, and our 13. And then we bar across here and grab that 5th there. And then we end right here. So the voicing is the 3rd, F sharp, B, which is the 6th, and D, which is the root. And again, we want to think, there's a simple melody here. Again, so something you might hear a big band play. And then, just like the last phrase, he punctuates it with another sweep, where he goes from F natural up to F sharp, A, C sharp, E, D, C sharp. So it's not exactly the same as the previous one, but it's very reminiscent of it. So the rhythm here would be 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 1 and 2, triplet, 3 and 4. So this third line is longer than the previous two. The previous two have just been 2, 5, 1, 2 measures. This one is 2, 5, 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. And it takes up 3, almost 4 measures. And this line's more difficult than the other ones because this kind of gets into George Van Epp style territory where you're sustaining notes while playing moving notes on top. So that's the first part. So we're doing a 2, 5, and C. And so we're going to grab here the flat third, which is an F, C, which is the flat seventh of the D minor 7, and then the root here. And then while sustaining these two notes, we're going to climb up. So we're going to go D, which is the top note, E, F, G. And there's a number of ways to finger that. George Van Epp might do something where he goes and then bars that down while sustaining the note, and the pinky, and then first finger bar across. I choose to do it with my pinky for these notes, and then just bar across my first finger there. Okay, so once we get that, then we grab a G13 again. But just like last time, we're only going to play the second, third, and fourth string. And then we do the same line we did with the A7. So far we have. Then we jump up to a C triad. And while we hold these notes, so we're barring just across the 5th fret here, with our other fingers, while we sustain the 3rd and 4th string, we're gonna go from E, which we're sustaining with our bar, F, G, and then bar across to A. And I play that by picking, pick, hammer, and pick. And then we jump to A7, which would be our 6th chord, going back to the 2, right? And then we just grab the G here and the C sharp. So we have 5th fret, 6th fret on the 4th and 3rd string. But we're going to keep this bar going because this bar is important. And then we're going to play while we sustain those two notes. With our 3rd finger, we're going to grab our B flat here on the 6th fret of the 1st string, and then pull off to the A, which we're barring across here. So this part, so far this is what we have. Now this next part is much easier. So what goes on here is he's really playing an A minor 7 here. So we have A, C, G, and then we bar across to our E here. Now he's playing over a D minor 7. So, but this works as a D minor 7 because this would be our 5th, our flat 7, our 4th, and our 9th. So while he's not playing the F that we would normally play, he's playing this. It works just fine, you know, because it just adds color and it has enough chord tones to make it work right. And then once more to that G13, same thing, and up to the C. So right there we have 3 really usable chord solo lines that can kind of help us to kind of start understanding how this style works and give us some more ammunition to improvise with. I know when I heard this that I decided I have to get these lines in my playing because this is not my strongest point of my playing, I feel. You know, especially having studied with Bruce Foreman, I should be much better at chord soloing than I am. So hearing simple lines like this really got me excited about something new to kind of shed and work on. So I can take this and apply this to other tunes too. You know, like these exact lines just kind of fit them in where I feel like it. So if I took it to the bridge of Heavy Miss Jones, I can go. You know, so and it works right there. And I could take any of these and kind of just apply it to whatever situation I think works. So I hope you take this and run with it. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Keep practicing. See you next time.